nothing like that. But it was really good. And the next one from Tarantino happened, and did it happen right after? This is from '97 actually, but I got them in a certain order, so if they're not in the right order, don't worry. Don't think I skipped one. I have them. I just got them in my own specific order. But this one is Jackie Brown, and this is from 1997, I believe. And I see this on TV a lot now. They're showing it, and they're giving it 2 stars, which is ridiculous. Because then they give other movies like Date Night with Steve Carell and the other chick 3 stars, and I can't believe that. It's just that just because there's not like a lot of action in this movie or stuff like that, but come on, just the cast alone. You know, Pam Grier from blaxploitation fame back in the day, she did like a lot of what's it called? Not Hong Kong. She did like a lot of Thailand. Some director from Thailand put her in like a lot of blaxploitation films and exploitation films and stuff like that. And this is like Tarantino wrote a screenplay. Well, it says written for the screen by Quentin Tarantino, but it's like he got it from what do you call it? A novel. I forgot the name of the novel. It's somewhere in here and also in the book. But anyway, it's got Pam Grier. Let's open this up real quick. It's got Pam Grier. It's got Sam Jackson. It's got Robert De Niro. It's got Bridget Fonda. It's got what's this guy's name? Michael Keaton. And it's got Robert Forster. And it's like about Pam Grier, and she's working for Sam Jackson, and he's got he runs guns and he runs money. He's got money in Mexico that he can't touch, and she's a stewardess for a Mexican airline, so she's smuggling the money over little by little. Somebody sets her up, so she makes a deal to bring down Sam Jackson, and setting him up by bringing in 500 grand of his money. But then she pulls a fast one on everybody that nobody sees coming. They don't want to kill it, but this movie's got amazing dialogue, and I don't see how they could ever give it 2 stars. It's ridiculous. Everybody does an amazing performance, and what I really like is 2 things. Number 1, Sam Jackson's hair in the movie. It's hilarious. He looks like a beatnik or something like that, and he wears the little beret hats, and he's got this little goatee, and his hair is in a perm. It's like straight. It's amazing. And also, I like Robert De Niro's performance in this because he's usually very full and confident in his movies and the lead guy. In this movie, he kind of takes a back seat to mostly everybody in the movie, and he plays this roughneck guy that just got out of prison. He's got tattoos, and he's like a little pothead, and he hangs out with Bridget Fonda the whole movie. But the dialogue is amazing, the story is amazing. It's another long movie, as Quentin Tarantino's movies tend to be pretty long, but it's very good. You should check this one out. This one came out in '97. The next one is the first volume. I like that he called them volumes too. That's pretty cool. I like that he, because I don't know if he wrote one big screenplay and cut it into 2. He may have done that. I think I heard that somewhere also. And this one, again, is just, I haven't opened this in a while either. This one is just the run-of-the-mill regular edition. As you can see, a lot of my stuff, 3 out of the 4 movies I've shown so far are all, or 3 out of the 5 I've shown are like Ultimate Edition box sets. I'm a geek when it comes to box sets. If I really like the movie, and I usually buy my stuff online, I'll go online, and if I see the box set, I'm buying the box set, because I like to have all the extra special features and stuff like that. But anyway, this one is Kill Bill Volume 1, and he had a very big, I know I missed one, I'm going to show that one, don't worry, I got it in my own specific order, but he had a really big, he took like a really big break. I don't know if he did it on purpose, or if he couldn't think of stuff, or if he was building up for this, but he took a really big break from cinema, at least as a director. He may have produced a few things or wrote a few things or something like that, but he took a big break as a director from, I think, '97 to this one came out in like 2002 or 2003, so for a while he didn't put out a movie. But this is, yeah, Kill Bill Volume 1. It's got Uma Thurman, and if you don't know what this is about Uma Thurman, and her character's name is Beatrix Kiddo. She's aka the bride, and she's part of a hit squad called the Deadly Viper Assassination Team or something like that. But they all have names, they all have AKAs that are snakes, and hers is the Black Mamba. And she's a part of this team, and then one day she gets pregnant, and she decides to leave, but she doesn't tell anybody. She just tries to pretty much go into hiding, and then the team led by Bill, David Carradine, finds her, and they kill everybody at the wedding, and they think they kill her, but she's really in a coma for a few years, and then when she wakes up, she thinks her baby's dead, and she wants the ultimate revenge, so then she goes out fighting them. But it's amazing because everybody she fights is another trained assassin. So there's an amazing fight scene in the beginning of the movie with Vivica A. Fox, which I never thought I would say, an amazing fight scene with Vivica A. Fox. But it seems like Tarantino's so good at directing and so good at, he has to do something with the casting, because you would think people in these movies, like, what are they doing? But they do so well and they're believable. I really believe Vivica A. Fox in this movie. She does a really good performance. Lucy Liu is awesome. The music in this movie is awesome, and the music matches the scenes. Like the scene when you first see Lucy Liu walking in with her clan of people in the House of Blue Leaves when they're in the restaurant, and that music comes on. Dun, dun, dun. That music, it's amazing. I always rewind that part. No matter how many times I've seen the movie, I rewind that part. But this is volume 1 of this movie. It's awesome. And they never put out a proper box set, man. I see they put out like a box set in Japan. Japan seems to get the best stuff, or Europe also. But they put one out on the internet, and it says box set, and it's got like a little sleeve, like, you know, cardboard sleeve. But everybody that reviewed it said that it was just the 2 individual movies, no nothing special. So I think some guy just tried to dupe us. Anyway, yeah, this is the next one. Kill Bill Volume 2. And I bought this online, and I didn't want to get the regular. I wanted to get the box set until I figured out what it was, and I didn't want to get the regular red case. Everybody knows it has a red case, so I saw one that had a black case. I ordered that one specifically. I think I even asked the guy, and he said yeah, and then it showed up red, and whatever. I didn't care. I got this for like less than $10. And this is Volume 2, and this is almost like a bit of a prequel, and it shows like, you know, some more backstory, and it shows like how she was trained by Pai Mei, who's played by who also plays Johnny Mo in the movie, who's Sonny Chiba. Is it Sonny Chiba? I really don't want to get that wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Sonny Chiba, or maybe he just visited the set. But this guy Tarantino used to be really into this Japanese show back in the day. I forgot the name of it right now. I read the book, and I've been reading a lot of books lately, so I'm mixing stuff up. But it was like Shadow of the Ninja or something like that, and it had this guy Sonny Chiba, and he inspired a lot of the things he did. He even inspired the way that Samuel Jackson quotes the Bible, or part of the Bible when he kills people in Pulp Fiction. They got that from Sonny Chiba in the show. But anyway, so yeah, it goes back and shows how she got trained by Pai Mei, which is one of the best scenes. And then it continues down, because she's got this list where she's trying to kill everybody on the list, and the last person on the list, to rectify everything, last person on the list is Bill. So in the, you know, she fights everybody, and a lot of great dialogue, a lot of great. The first one's got more of the action. This one's got more of the story. So most people thought maybe they should have been the other way around, but the way he does his stuff is fine with me. And but it's got some good fight scenes. One of them is not really what you would call like choreographed type of, you know, martial art orthodox fight scene. It's just like a girl fight, which is cool. I like that they mix that in and stuff like that. And in the end, she meets Bill and they do their thing and all that, and it's great. And I know they're making part 3 of this. It's on IMDb, but you can't even trust that these days. Movies get in production or pre-production, and then they just get question marks next to it. But it says 2014, so that's going to be a while. It's obviously not going to have Bill in it, because he died in real life. David Carradine, may he rest in peace. But he died in the second, into the second one anyway. But this one's really good. It's got a few special features. It's got the scene they cut out and stuff like that. And this one even has on the back Robert Rodriguez's band that he hangs out with called the Chingones. They perform live at like the premiere of the movie and stuff like that. They're a really good band. But yeah, it's got a few special features. But this is a great movie. You guys should check this one out too. The next Tarantino movie that I have is the Grindhouse one he did. His portion, his half of the Grindhouse movies. Planet Terror, which is Robert Rodriguez's half of the Grindhouse movies, was more of like an action horror comedy. Death Proof, even though it's not a horror, it's an action movie. It's got great dialogue, like always. I love this freaking movie. Ever since I bought it, I've seen it at least 30 to 35 times. But it does start like a slasher film. A bunch of girls. I'll show it. Death Proof. It starts off like a bunch of girls, group of girls. They have a whole night planned. They're gonna go to eat, and then they're gonna go to the bar and meet with some guys, and then they're gonna go to the lake house. And you know, it starts like a slasher film. But what it is about is Kurt Russell's character. He's like a psychotic killer, but he doesn't use a weapon like, you know, a typical weapon like a sword or a chainsaw or even a gun. He uses his car. He's like I would say ex-stuntman. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be a working stuntman, but he's an ex-stuntman. He's got this car that's death proof. It's got like a roll cage, and it's like modified to be, you know, for stunts. So what he does is he tracks down young girls, stalks them for a while, terrorizes them, and then somehow kills them using his car as the main weapon and stuff like that. So in this movie, it starts off, like I said, kind of like a slasher film. He's stalking the girls. It's got really good dialogue, really good sets. And then the scene they go to in the bar, jukebox got a lot of really good music, and I think that's Tarantino's actual jukebox. He likes to brag about a lot of stuff, but it's really good. And then so he terrorizes these three girls, and then he goes on to another group of girls, and then something happens for the first time ever that, well, they lead you to believe the girls fight back. These girls are like badass girls, and two of them are stuntmen. One's played by Zoe Bell, and they use her real name in the movie. And Zoe Bell, if you don't know, she was Xena for Xena Warrior Princess when that show was going on. And then when that ended, Tarantino met her because he casted her to do the stunts for Uma Thurman in Kill Bill Volume 1, and I believe also Part 2. And then she went along and did that movie with the roller derby girls, and then she did this documentary Double Dare, which I'm ordering as of right now. That's really good. It talks about how she came up and came over from New Zealand. She's from New Zealand also, but it's really good. I never got into the old school driver movies, but this movie makes me want to get into those, and they name a lot of good ones like Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, the original Gone in 60 Seconds. What was the other one? Vanishing Point, which I rented from Netflix and it was scratched and I couldn't watch it and stuff like that. But this is really good, and the really cool thing about this is, since Zoe Bell's a real stunt woman, in the end they do this thing where they rent this car. It's the white Charger from Vanishing Point, and they go to test drive it, and they play this game, because her and her friend are both stunt women in the movie. They play this game called Ship's Master, where she ties herself, Zoe Bell, to the hood of the car. And the best thing is there's no cuts because it's her, so they're showing her do these stunts. And then Kurt Russell catches up to them and starts terrorizing them, and then they get back at him and they hit him hard. And this movie's got like a bunch of people. It's got Jordan Ladd, this little short girl. She's in a couple things. It's got Rosario Dawson. It's got the daughter of Sidney Poitier, which her name is also Sidney Poitier. It's spelled differently, I believe so though. Tarantino's in it for a brief cameo as the bartender. It's got Rosario Dawson. It's got Rose McGowan, as she is also in Planet Terror. It's got a bunch of good actors, and of course Kurt Russell and stuff like that. But if you haven't seen this one, it's got a lot of dialogue in the beginning, and there's some action in between. But the whole last 25 minutes is one of the best car chases I have ever seen. And you know, the whole thing, car chasing and bumping and flipping the car, and it's amazing. I think he did a really good job with this one. So pick up Death Proof.